Okay, well, seems now's about as good a time as any for a update on the farm. Yeah, it really comes down to basically three dynamics. We've got price, obviously. I mean, that's always a crisis. Maybe looking into the setting sun is not a good idea. Price, location, and Cindy is pregnant, and we're going to be giving birth basically just at the same time as moving. Right? So that's going to be a really tricky bit because virtually all the properties that we've looked at that were in a reasonable price range to actually launch the farm are more than 2 hours out of town. We have to move. The hospitals that we're looking at, we're at the way south end of Perth. Perth is absolutely massive. I mean, the distances here are just astronomical. And the hospitals that we're looking at are more in the Joondalup area and up north of Perth. And it's an hour's drive in good traffic. In bad traffic, you're looking at about an hour and a half or so, which is it's not doable. Baby will be born in the car. And that's the same problem with the affordable properties. We found a few pretty decent sized properties, two or three with really good water, and in that sort of two, three, $400,000 range, right? Which is perfect for a project like this. But they 2-3 hours drive, and if you kind of step closer to town, found some beautiful properties and properties that are available that are already set up with facilities to run workshops and that type of thing on the property. Already have the entertainment venues and that. The one property I was looking at was previously used for Airbnbs. So it's already got semi-commercial kitchens and two bars and chalets and that for people to stay in and that. And I mean, just absolutely perfect. And then enough space to plant a lot of moringa. Right? But then you're stepping up to the $2.5-3 million range again. And it's a big jump. It's an absolutely massive jump. But that's then properties that can actually be close enough to the maternity hospitals that that becomes viable, right? And other option, of course, is to just stay where we are until after August, and probably a good 6 months after that, because you don't want to be moving with a newborn baby, and and then only look at starting to establish the farm. But that puts the timing out completely because the whole idea is to feed them, and they're going to be hungry long before then. If you look at the way things are going at the moment, food is a really big problem, and it's going to become an absolute crisis very soon. And I don't think waiting a year for first harvest, for first crop. I don't think we've got that much time. So, that there is the other problem. Got to kind of get there as soon as possible, right? I'm umming a little bit too much because this is unscripted and unplanned, but yeah, that's basically where we're at. Uh, do we look at putting together a project that is much bigger than what we originally thought of, but will actually include the facilities for people to stay on the farm, people to come through and help and volunteer their time, the ability to actually do workshops and sessions on site on the farm, right? Or do we just get a piece of dirt? Because I mean, those 300 grand places are basically just desert. I mean, really, it's a case of desert sand, a a spring that gives water some time of the year, and a couple of little lakes, right? But then they're big, 2, 3, 400 hectares, and or do we come much closer to town? work a lot faster, establish the property sooner, move well before the baby is due. So that means moving now sometime around July, June maybe, if we can, if that's possible. But that's going to mean a massive community input. So, let me know. Comment, please. Go crazy. I'll accept anything. Just let me know your thoughts.